What's up, guys? It's Owen, or O33 World. As you can see, I kind of just got out of the shower, and I wanted to talk about why I'm very, very, very grateful for the ex that you could say kind of ruined my life a little bit. But before I get into actually telling why I'm grateful for that, I kind of want to specify what I mean by ruin my life. So basically, around the time that I started talking to her, I was kind of reaching a point in my life where I was like able to see what I was doing for the past like 6 months, a year, whatever. I was able to see that that wasn't working out. That's not who I wanted to be. I was making a lot of bad decisions and pushing a lot of good people away in order to favor the people that were actually spiraling me down more. So I started cutting people off who were spiraling me down, and that was right when she came in. And so since I had cut everybody off, her and her friends and family kind of became my entire like social circle too. And that was the first big problem, was that the only people I had to go talk to about the situation were her people, which obviously I couldn't talk to about it because, you know, that's me and they don't want to be involved in this and they don't want to have to hear me come and yap to them about the situation, but that's what I did regardless. And I mean, I recognize my fault in that, but I kind of alienated a lot of my good friends. I never got to reconnect with them as much as I thought until later. And it just kind of messed up my whole development of why I even cut those people off in the first place, because now I was, you know, at the time I was broke. I didn't have a job. I barely had a car, and I barely had basically anything because my parents were beyond mad at me. I wasn't doing great at school. This was right at the beginning of my senior year, and I wasn't doing great. And I would go pick her up every single lunch. Somehow, my car is a gas guzzler, 12 miles per gallon. And somehow I figure out a way to drive 10 miles round trip to our high school just so that I could see her for lunch. And just 10 miles there and back, and not including wherever we went for lunch or whatever, right? So, anyways, she was not great for me. I was not great for her either, don't get me wrong, because I influenced her to do a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have influenced her to do, or at least given her, you know, more of her own decision and more of an actual guiding hand than just a hand that wants to do something, you know? But she kind of really gaslighted me. Like there would be times where, you know, I would do something, like for example, she would talk to many guys on her phone, right? And I would know because I had her logins, but she would do it with no shame and right in front of me. And so the moment that I start, you know, thinking, okay, well, if this is where she wants to set the boundary, like I thought we were, you know, more locked in than this, but whatever, I'll talk to a different girl. And so I would, and then when she would see that different girl on my Snap, she would not talk to me for a day. The whole time, she wasn't even actually mad at me. She was laughing at me, calling her 30-something times to not have her be mad at me. And this is also where it messes up, because I have a anxious attachment style. So I get really anxious that people are gonna leave me, and I get anxious that, you know, just about that. And she had an avoidant attachment style, which means that when there gets conflict, she tends to back away. And that's not great. Those two types don't really do great for communication. And I would be scared to communicate things with her because I thought if I told her that she was doing something wrong, she would turn it back on me. And in the back of my head, you know, the whole time I'm thinking, look, she can be mad at me, whatever. At least we aren't broken up. Like, at least, you know, everybody still knows we're together and all of this stuff. And that's also part of what, like, ruined my image with it, was that everybody knew that I was with this girl. But everybody also knew that she was not really loyal to me and I was bending over backwards for her. And it even got to the point where her sister and her best friend would be like, dude, you need to, like, chill. You need to stop, and you would find someone else that's better for you, because she's not at the point in her life where she wants to be locked in, and you are. So you can go find a girl that's gonna be locked in with you. And the whole time she would be like, yeah, but they're lying. Like, I don't know. I do want to be locked in. I do want you to be the only one. And it basically cascaded into a thing of like, she didn't really do anything physically for me to really make it a red flag until this one night we went to a concert, and her friend and her ex live literally 2 streets down from each other, and I dropped her off at what I thought was her friend's house, but she didn't end up going to her friend's house that night. And she asked me for a ride in the morning, and I told her, I'm not giving you a ride until you tell me where you actually are, because she tried to deny that she was at his house, and I knew she was at his house. So eventually she told me she was at his house, and me being the dumbass I was, she gets in my car, she goes, oh, I want Wing Shack. Can you take me to Wing Shack? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I paid for her, literally after I knew she cheated on me. And then the whole time afterwards, I'd be like, did you cheat on me with him? Like, it's fine, it's whatever, I just want to know. And she would be like, no, I didn't, no, I didn't, no, I didn't. Like, you're crazy for thinking that, I can't believe you don't trust me that much. But it was very rightful of me not to trust her. So I ended up asking one of her friends in return for some information about one of my friends. And I had asked my friend beforehand if it was okay to like tell her that. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I got the information that, yes, she said that they did, engage in activities. And so I was like, look, it's okay. I can't, I don't want to do this. I think it's good. We had taken like 3 breaks at this point. It obviously just wasn't going great. And it took me literally 3 months. And I know 3 months might seem fast to you, but this was like the slowest 3 months of my life. Like every day just felt so long. And finally, it took me that long to realize, this isn't going to work out. In no universe is this ever going to work out, It's over. I just need to call it. So I did. And why I say I'm grateful for that is because going through that kind of made me become the person that I am proud of right now. Looking back a year ago, I was not the same person. I would have, I literally would have chosen her over anyone. But now, I'm choosing myself. And that's, I should have always put myself first. And I should have always considered, how does this actually make me feel? How does how she's acting makes me feel? How do I feel that I have to spend 2 hours on Find My when she's out telling me she's with her friends and she's actually with a group of guys sitting outside of a high school? How does that make me feel? I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I don't want to feel like I have to have her on a leash to be able to do the things I want. And that's where I got my philosophy of like, if they want to cheat, if they want to do this and that, then let them. It's fine. It's their life. You can't control them. And it's also a thing of like, you hear all the time of people who will like go through their partner's phone all the time and do all this. I don't think that's necessary, because realistically, if you have to physically like block guys from her phone as you to stop her from cheating, then bro, you're already cooked. You're already cooked. She's gonna find a way to cheat. At that point, if she's expressing the will and the want to cheat, then it's just how. It's not when at that point. It's just how. And so my advice to y'all, the takeaway from what I got was just, I need to, if people want to be in my life, they will prove it, and they will come to me and you know, I can show them and they can show me the equivalent respect that we deserve. But until, you know, that, I won't get mad at anybody, really. Like, you know, I won't like get mad at anybody and keep them around. You know, if they do something that actually really betrays me, then why would I keep them around? Because they've already shown that they're gonna do it again. That's not to say I don't believe in second chances, but I feel like if you do have somebody who really massively screws you over, maybe it's just good to take some distance and, you know, let them grow, let them realize that. But yeah, that's why I'm grateful for that experience. I'm really, like, I would not be even half the man I am today if I didn't go through that. I think I wouldn't, you know, be out here with all these great people doing these great things. And I wouldn't probably be making this video right now because I'd be doing some bum shit, to be honest. So, you know, I am really grateful for that experience. It taught me a lot, and she's doing a lot better now. And, you know, if you are watching this and you know me and you know her, don't send any hate that way. You know, she's doing great, and I'm proud of her for what she's doing. You know, we met at 2 points in our lives that were just very, very bad for each other. And I'm glad to see what she's doing now, and I hope that, you know, with that comes mutual just respect to leave that part of the past alone. But like I said multiple times, I'm still grateful that it happened. I wouldn't do it again, but I'm glad that it happened in order to kind of push my plot forward. So anyways, thank you, beautiful people, for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe and comment. I respond to comments. It's always an open discussion down there. And stay tuned for more videos. I know I'm real inconsistent, but I'll try to be more consistent for y'all. But see you next time.